As we have just experienced the amplification of the Christ consciousness energy during the Christmas season, in the most unusual year of this for this world, let us turn to the wisdom of Joshua, Jesus, through Judith, for perspective on endings and beginnings. Quote, "This is the time of endings, endings of some things that you have thought would be there for much longer, maybe forever, and a time of beginnings, a time when you are going to be finishing old issues. You are going to be completing with things that you have wanted to know intimately and wondering if you could know intimately and still survive. And yes, you can, and yes, you will. It is a time of beginnings because once you come through the challenges that seem to be the ending of everything that you have trusted and relied upon, you are going to know that you have moved into a new space, sometimes on the physical level, but more than that, on the emotional level. Emotions can be very, very strong, and they can bring up old fears, which is what truly you are asking them to do, so that you can look upon those old fears and say, but that was just a belief that I had. I thought that it had the power over me, but I choose anew. I choose to know that everything works for the good, and it does. Rest in knowing that no matter how you see something happening, it is there for a purpose, and it is there for a good purpose. Look beyond the appearances and trust the strength of yourself within. You are greatly loved by the Father, Abba, Mother, Father, God, Goddess, all that is. You are always taken care of. You are always taken care of. You are always guided and taken care of. Hear that well. So be it. This is from Joshua, the Person of Christ, Volume 7. Join me in blessing our children everywhere on the planet. We love you, we bless you, we truly appreciate you, just the way you are, and we behold the Christ in you. Good morning and welcome. I'm Reverend Eva McGinnis, your worship assistant and prayer chaplain for today. On behalf of Unity in the Olympics, located in Port Angeles, Washington, I welcome you to our Sunday service celebration. At this time, our building is closed to gatherings, yet our hearts and minds remain open to share love and life with you always. We welcome you wherever you are, and thank you for joining us for our virtual service on Facebook and on YouTube. Let's honor the silence for a brief moment as we center on the truth of our being. Join with me now as we recite together our declaration of faith, the fundamental principle of unity and unity in the Olympics. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Take a deep breath and take that deep within. And let's say it one more time. There is only one power and one presence in the universe and in my life, God the good, omnipotent. Thank you. The Daily Word. The Daily Word is a bi-monthly publication by Unity. It offers inspiration and practical teachings through daily prayer messages to help people of all faiths live healthy, prosperous, and meaningful lives. The magazine includes daily affirmations, scripture, prayer messages, articles, spiritual poetry, and more. The daily word is really a wonderful way to start any day. And today's daily word for this Sunday, December 27th, 2020, is release, and the affirmation is, I take the best and leave the rest. My experience of this past year have brought me gifts of insight, new perspectives, many chances to grow and stretch myself, and perhaps the opportunity to develop a skill that serves me in my work or brings greater enjoyment to my leisure time. Some experiences have been painful or difficult. These too have offered their gifts. I accept all that has come my way. In gratitude, I bless it all. I find the gifts and release what no longer serves my growth. Assured that God is my dependable source, I release any pain of financial setback. In the joy of restored health, I release any memory of illness. Grateful for all modes of connection, I release any pain of loneliness. I move forward feeling lighter, cleansed, and renewed for my journey forward. The scripture reading is from Isaiah 43:18. Do not remember the former things or consider the things of old. And let's repeat today's affirmation. I take the best and leave the rest.
This is the year for making changes. This is the year for moving on. This is the year of overcoming. This is the year for growing strong. This is the year for a new way of thinking. This is the year for making plans. This is the year for reaching out, and this is the year for joining hands. On our lonely nights of yearning, on all the dark and cloudy skies, all the unsteady bridges burning, all of the doubt and all the lies. This is the chance to recapture the power. This is the time to abandon the fear. This is the moment, the finest hour. This is the year, this is the year. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I'm letting go of trying to change the ones I love. This is the year I turn it over. This is the year I look above. This is the year that I take my intention, turn it away from distraction and talk. This is the year I take the step, and this is the year I walk the walk. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I make it happen. This is the year I follow through. This is the year I move ahead on all of the things I want to do. This is the chance to renew my commitment. This is the time to be conscious and clear. This is the moment for living fully. This is the year, this is the year. This is the year, this is the year.
This indeed is going to be the year 2021. Today, we have as our guest speaker, Rev Donna Little, Minister Emeritus with this Unity in the Olympics. And we are so grateful to have her back with us. She moves us through the end of the season with an annual Burning Bowl ceremony, the Burning Bowl 2020 COVID style. And she tells us about this as we prepare our minds and hearts to release the blocking energies, which are thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that we have carried during the previous year. We do so that we may enter the new year with a clean heart and with renewed faith and trust in all things good. It is a moving ceremony that I dearly love to share with my people each year, Donna said, and I enjoy being a part of it very much. In this ceremony, we will, one, identify the blocking energies that hold us back in meeting our greatest good. Two, record these energies by name or picture on a small piece of paper. Three, place the papers in a shared burning container, grandmother's crystal bowl. Light the fire of transformation and experience the swift whoosh of the fire consuming the papers, leaving no ash, no smoke, no residue, just a clean container and a clean heart. The released energies are transformed. They are freed, and we are free to enter the next year filled with love, light, enthusiasm, and joy. This year, our beloved building is closed to protect us all from the exposure to COVID-19. This is a way that we have chosen to love and honor our Unity sisters and brothers so that our building remains a safe place for all of us when it comes time for us to return. So I welcome Donna to tell us how we are going to do this transformation ceremony here in 2020. Welcome, Donna.
Thank you. So I see that Tim magically changed the title of the talk to the Burning Bowl COVID style from the information that I shared with Robin. And that's pretty much where we are right now, is in COVID, living COVID style. So I want to welcome you to the changing of the year. This is a very special time for us when we review the past year and we share gratitude for the joys received. We start that at Thanksgiving, and then we release what no longer serves us. And we create this clean slate for our intentions, the intentions that we want to set for the new year. And since I've been providing ministerial services here at Unity in the Olympics, it has been my joy to lead the Burning Bowl ceremony for each annual turning. In this ritual, we write down or draw a picture of what we choose to release. And we have used flash paper for our list and have come forward to place our papers in my grandmother's crystal bowl. So let's take a look at one of our previous services to remember what it was like. Here's the bowl.
fire of transformation.
The flame of transformation.
Thank you, Tim. Thank you for creating that video effect from our 2019 burning bowl ceremony. I always find that it's a very dramatic and powerful experience. It always opens my heart to go through this experience. Every time I see it in my reality or in my imagination or electronically recreated, it is very, very similar. I could feel myself. I could feel the things that I wanted to release this year coming up as I saw people putting their little papers into the bowl, knowing that this is the process, this is the way of release. Things were different last year. Things were very different in so many ways. And we all have our lists of ways that things are different. There are many people, activities, places that we have missed this year. And we have experienced sadness over great losses, frustrations over restrictions, uncertainties for ourselves, our families, our communities, and our world. One of the big changes for this spiritual family is our choice to honor the restrictions for limited gatherings for our members and to this is to preserve the safety of all concerned. It is definitely worth it to me to be mindful of the social distancing practices to keep you safe and to keep me safe. During this year, though, we have been able to maintain and expand our Sunday services and coordinate using new technology, Zoom, Facebook, and YouTube. We have also maintained communications with our congregants through our newsletter, weekly announcements, regular mail, and phone calls. We have maintained our building. We've done a lot of renovation and cleaning and clearing in the building itself. And we have continued our business meetings and our prayer services on Zoom. I want to say a special thanks to our board members and our willing leaders who are not on the board, but who work with the board, to our techies, to our volunteers, to Tim and Robin for the gifts of your time, your energy, and creativity to make all of this happen. And special thanks to all of our members for your ongoing support of God's work right here. But the reason that we're here today is because of the burning bowl ceremony. And since we are not yet meeting together in person, how can we share this important turning of the year ceremony in a safe and meaningful way? We already get it. No special flash paper this year. No placing our release notes in my grandmother's crystal bowl. No swoosh of the fire of transformation. I've been meditating and praying about this for months because I've known that this day was coming. And how are we going to do it? How do we have a burning bowl ceremony with no burning and no bowl? All things are possible. All things are possible. I have often shared with you about a class I took in 1975. It was based on the Silva mind control method. Guided meditation was our basic tool. And we learned how to use the power of our mind in 4 areas of our being. Physically, to focus energy and visualize good health and successful activities. Mentally, to improve our memory skills and to access information on other levels and in other forms. Emotionally, to identify, forgive, release, and transform the thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that no longer serve us, that no longer produce good for us, that instead may create obstacles for us to move through or around. And spiritually, we learned to heal ourselves and to offer healing energy to others, whether they're co-located or they are distant. It was a totally amazing experience for me. And I learned for myself that I did not have to remain stuck where I thought I was in my life. I could actually change my thinking and change my experience of my life. After the original class, there were workshops, monthly sessions, where one could learn and practice other tools and to more effectively and lovingly use our minds. During the early times of this practice, I did a lot of work clearing up my emotional clutter. I developed a tool that I kept in the workshop of my mind. It was a box, nothing fancy. I called it a transmographer, and it had great power. When I had feelings that I did not understand or recognize or want, I would place them in the transmogrifier box, and there they would be transformed into good energy and released back to the universe in the form of original substance, ready to be imprinted and used wherever it might be needed. Sometimes this energy would return to me, and with clarity, easy for me to say, with clarity to bring understanding. Sometimes it would just be available to do its next work, working with spirit wherever needed. Whatever the result, I felt free and clear of the old energy. And that had been creating an obstacle in my life. Now, this was 1975. I had never heard of a transmogrifier before. It was a name that just came to me in the workshop of my mind, and it felt right. And so that's what I used as I spoke about it. And I didn't share about it to a lot of people. It was just something, it was a tool in the workshop of my mind, and I knew that it would always work for me. So time passes, and now it's 1985. a new cartoon comes on the scene in our comic strips, and it was called Calvin and Hobbes. Calvin is a 6-year-old boy, and Hobbes is a stuffed Bengal tiger, his best friend. The cartoons are about the many strange adventures that only a 6-year-old creative and his tiger could have. Here is a picture of a transmographer. In 1987, Calvin developed a new machine based on cardboard box technology. That machine could transform energy from one form to another, like a tiger could be transformed into a dinosaur. Calvin called this machine a transmogrifier. 1987. So today, in 2020, instead of using flash paper and my grandmother's crystal bowl, both of which require significant monitoring and care to use safely, we are going to use the power of our imagination and a transmogrifier, like this. This is a representation of my transmogrifier in 2020. In the experience of guided meditation, we will each journey to the workshop of our mind, a safe and peaceful and compassionate place within our being. Here we will have access to amazing tools, and we can meet with spiritual guides and wisdom teachers who help us to answer any question and resolve any issues. It's a wonderful place, a very powerful place. So, are we ready to begin this journey? Yes. Good, good. Well, I invite you to find a comfortable place for sitting, because we'll be sitting for a little while. And I would like for you to place both of your feet on the floor and let your hands rest comfortably in your lap. And then we're going to take some lessons from Eva, and we're going to breathe. We're going to take a deep breath in, breathing in through your nose, and then slowly release that breath, releasing it out through your mouth, releasing any tightness, tension, and concern anywhere in your being. So breathe that out. Now let's do that once more. Taking a deep breath, breathing in through your nose. Fill your lungs with air. And then slowly release that breath, releasing any tightness, tension, or concern anywhere in your being. Your physical being, your mental being, your emotional being, your spiritual being. As your mind and body begin to relax, know that you are in a safe place. You are surrounded by light and love. You are blessed, healthy, and ready to do your inner work. Notice now as some of the thoughts that are being released from your consciousness, are there one or two here that you really want to pay particular attention to release in today's ritual? Put them in your memory now, so that you will have them when we get ready to put them into the box. continuing to relax. I invite you to open your inner eye, not the outer eyes, but the inner eye, the one that you see within your dreams, in your imagination, and in your daydreams. And see before you a pathway. We step out onto this path and we find that it is soft, yet very stable. It is easy to walk on, and we feel very safe with each footstep. As we walk along, we know this journey is short. We're just going beyond this low hill ahead. So walking to the top of the hill, we see a building appearing before us. In this building is the workshop of your mind. Continuing this easy walk toward the workshop, what do you see along the pathway? Maybe some plants, perhaps some animals, maybe some water. As we start moving down the side of the hill, begin to look at the building itself. What is its color? What kind of windows does it have? What does the door look like? And what is it made of? We enter in now through the doorway. It is not locked to us, but quite open. And take a moment now that we're inside to look around the workshop. You may see things you recognize, things that you have used in the past to resolve problems or to find answers. You may see things that are new. Many of these tools may be used in some future time to resolve some future question. But you know this is your place. And you can return here at any time and be safe to do your inner work. In a very special area of the room, you will find your very own transmogrifier. And it may look like Calvin's, or it may look like mine, or it could be completely different. It's unique, it's yours. It will have an opening to receive what you wish to transform. And it will have an exit tube, maybe not visible, but an exit tube to carry the transformed energy back to the universe. It is not at all complex. It is easy to operate, to transform energy to a positive, elemental divine substance. So move now so that you're standing in front of your transmogrifier, and you'll see a switch on the machine to turn it on. And as you do that, you may begin to hear a low humming sound as the machine begins to warm up. Now take your release request, especially those ones that we noted as we were coming in, the ones that as we were relaxing said, today I am releasing this. Take your vision, a word, a drawing, however it has presented to you, and place it in the receiving opening of the machine. You may hear additional sounds as the machine does its transformation work. When the transformation process is complete, the machine will turn off, and you may hear a sound like a gentle sigh. As the machine releases the cleared energy into the exit tube. And now there is just clarity and silence. The transformed energy has left the building. So let us open fully to the feeling of freedom and release in the silence. Our work here is complete for this session. And we look lovingly about this room, this workshop area, filling our hearts with sweet memories of this place and the time we have been engaged here. Filled with gratitude for our experience, we begin moving toward the door and then on outside. The pathway back is as gentle as the walk in. At the end of the path, we see our starting place, our home, our comfortable chair, our body rested and relaxed, ready to wake up and begin the process of considering the release we have just experienced and how we will use this to create our intention for our next highest good. Allow your mind to return to awakened consciousness. And again, feel the freedom, peace, joy, and love of this clear beginning of our new year. As you open your eyes, there is a Bible verse up on the screen from Ephesians chapter 4, verses 23 through 25. And I've interpreted it this way. Be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and put on the holy attributes of your divinity, which was created in the image and likeness of God, in true righteousness and holiness. I would like to go back and revisit the affirmation from the news release that I sent to Robin. I'll say it once and then please join me in saying this. We are the ever renewing, ever evolving energy of divine life. Together, we are the ever renewing, ever evolving energy of divine life. Blessed be.
Thank you, Reverend Donna, for that inspiring meditation and transmogrifier. The late Reverend Thomas Coates used to call it a crap grinder. He did the same
I think it's the same thing.
Yes. I love the way you transfigured and transformed this process and this ritual. It's an important one in our lives. Know that we love you and we bless you and we truly appreciate you for the way that you are, and we look forward to exploring more with you on our virtual fellowship garden after the service. The link will be available in the comments section to connect following the service. So please join me now in saying the Lord's Prayer. Our Father,
who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread,
and forgive us our debts, as we
also
forgive our debtors.
lead us not in temptation, but deliver us from error. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever.
Amen. Amen.
You are a work of art, a brilliant light for all to see, perfect in every part, heaven and earth in harmony. The beauty of your face reveals a life of grace. You are a work of art, a masterpiece. You are a work of art, a brilliant light for all to see, perfect in every part, heaven and earth in harmony. The beauty of your face reveals a life of grace. You are a work of art, a masterpiece.
of art. Let's breathe into that. As we move into our love offering, thank you in advance for sharing your tithes, gifts, and offerings with us this week. Let us take a moment to hold the thought of your gift in mind and join me in blessing our gifts together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love. Please send your gift by mail to 2917 East Myrtle Street in Port Angeles, Washington, 98362, or go to our website, www.unityintheolympics.org, and click on the yellow donate button to tithe by credit card or PayPal. We thank you so very much. Using our imagination, join us in our closing circle. We gather here, holding hands and standing close, because we are safe in the powerful, sacred space of divine mind. Hold in mind the loving thought of a friend or a loved one. See them in the presence. Feel them, behold them as whole, perfect, and complete, as we bring to life James Dillard Freeman's prayer for protection.
The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. The health of God flows through us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is truly well.
Peace be with you. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will hopefully see you next week and the new year. Divine love prevails.
Divine love prevails. Divine love prevails.
So be it.